In this tutorial, we will review two examples of posters and discuss what makes them effective. We will also talk about how to create a poster. The first poster example illustrates the results of a study on classroom meetings and student conduct grades. As you can see, the title and poster author name are centered at the top of the poster. This is standard. Most posters include an abstract, which allows viewers to see at a glance what the poster is about. The abstract typically goes in the top left corner. The next section is the introduction, which is a brief overview of the topic and the background literature. Note that a poster typically does not involve a full literature review. Only the most important background studies are included, just enough to introduce the topic and to support the current study hypotheses. Next, the method is presented. This is also abbreviated from the full method section of a paper. Be sure to describe the sample characteristics, the measures, and the design, as well as anything relevant about the procedure. The bulk of the poster is devoted to the results and the discussion. It is especially helpful to illustrate the results using figures and tables, rather than just text. In this poster, the discussion emphasizes recommendations for further research. Note that the text is bulleted, making it easier to read. Finally, key references are included. If there is not enough room to include a reference list, be sure to include references on a handout and note this on the poster itself. One attractive feature of this poster is its simplicity. The text, in Arial 38-point font, is large enough to be read at a distance, and there is not so much text that the reader is overwhelmed. A table and a figure help to break up the text, and the sections are well organized, starting at the top left and then continuing in columns. The next poster example illustrates the results of a study on personality dimensions and college retention. Note that this poster presents the hypotheses as their own section, rather than presenting an introduction. This is appropriate if the variables are well known and do not require extensive explanation. The next section is the method, which includes a description of the measure, here called instrument, and the sample, both presented in table form. The results are bulleted for clarity, and the discussion includes both conclusions and a section on strengths and limitations. The final section is devoted to references. One attractive feature of this poster is the use of white space and the colorful column dividers to help direct the flow of the poster. The font, Arial 35-point, is also sufficiently large. Now let's discuss how to create a poster like this. Begin with a PowerPoint presentation slide. Choose the Design menu and then click Page Setup. Select Landscape Orientation and make the size of the slide large, such as 36 inches in height and 40 inches wide. From the Home menu, select Layout and then choose the blank slide. This will allow you to create text boxes in which you can type text. To insert a text box, go to the Insert menu and select Text Box. Then position the cursor to the area where you want the first text box to go. It's a good idea to start with the title, as this will determine how much space is left for other boxes. Continue adding boxes and text, which you can move around later. You can also add visuals directly into PowerPoint by inserting a chart or table. To do so, go to Insert, and then Chart for a chart, or Table for a table. Finally, you can get creative with the background by using the Insert Shapes option. However, it's critical that you not make the poster too busy, as this can detract from the information and turn off viewers.